Hey mamas, Shanisha here. I'm the founder of Black Moms Blog, where we talk parents and culture and lifestyle from a Black mom's point of view. I'm sitting here with the beautiful Ahki Taylor from GoChefAhki.com, and we're on this live video right now because we have the period party coming up, and as you know, Ahki is one of our panelists. I'm super excited to have her come on board, and she's going to be talking about fibroid elimination, right? So I wanted to ask her a question because a lot of people are asking, what is the period party about? It's going to be a day of education on teaching women how food practices can affect their bodies, the ingredients in certain products can affect their bodies. We're going to be talking about natural family planning. We have someone talking about charting your ovulation. It's basically just this huge event where we are going to be talking about your period. And it's actually following up our menstrual drive, which is where you can donate tampons, pads, or menstrual cups to us. And we're going to give it to an Atlanta local homeless shelter. I wanted to talk to you about what your experience was like when you started your period. How old were you first?
So I was, I think, around 11.
11, okay.
Yeah, maybe around 11. And what I remember about it was I had a big sister, fortunately, because no one talked to me about my period. No one talked about it really beforehand, other than my girls just kind of chatting about the mysterious thing that we were all going to experience that would make us, you know, an adult or grown.
Right.
And, you know, ready for children in that biological sense. So it was a mystery for me, and I just remember that it happened, and I told my big sister about it. She gave me a pad, and she told my mother that I got my period. She said, Mom, she got her period, and my mom was like, oh, okay, so, you know, we're gonna have to go to the store. And that was it, and she gave me what I need to make sure I didn't bleed out, and that was it.
That was it.
There was no conversation. What I remember mostly, though, Shanisha, was what followed that, which was the heavy menstrual cycle and cramping.
Yes.
The cramping, for me, even as I progressed, 13, 15, 16, was so, like, it was debilitating. Like, I couldn't even go to school some days. I had to take prescription medication because it was so horrible.
Yeah.
That did not end for me until I started watching my diet. And that was at 18, 19 years old.
Right.
And it was night and day, which is why I'm so passionate about making sure that I talk to mothers, talk to young girls and women about how to care for your wounds at an early age so that you don't have to go through all of the stress and the pain and even potential issues like cervical cancer, fibroid tumors, and things that come from the imbalancement of your hormones through diet.
I've talked to women and our stories are so similar. It's like you start your cycle, mom, sister, somebody gives you a pad and that's it, and you're kind of like left in this position to figure it out.
Right.
And you don't learn about the things that affect your cycle, which is why your platform is so pivotal in general to mothers, because it's talking about how foods that we eat can affect our life.
Yeah.
But even deeper than that, y'all, you know, we're a baby blog. So Ahki has wrote this book. Y'all see this book? It's called Superfoods for the Modern Baby, and it's a plant-based meals for mommies, infants, and toddlers. I want to just explain to you why this is so important, because we're sitting here talking about the things that happened to us when we were younger and we started our periods, right? We didn't have the knowledge and education, and I feel like as parents now, our role is to start our children off on the right track.
Yeah.
And that starts early. That starts at mommies, infants, and toddlers. It starts in your pregnancy because it's literally a mindset. How am I going to raise my child? What am I going to do? You know, what are the foods I'm going to give them? When you wrote this, I mean, who were you channeling here? Because I read this, y'all, and I was just like, oh my God. And I've read it twice. This is my second time reading it. And the first time, I'm just like, this is beautiful.
Thank you so much. Well, you kind of feel that energy throughout the whole book. I just put my full self into this book, my full authentic self into this book. You know, becoming a mother is a major initiation for any woman. You know this. It certainly was for me. Having that initiation, to me, there were often so many times where I really had to tap in, and my mother kept saying, you know what to do.
Right.
Just know that you are going to know what to do. That mother's intuition is real.
It is, yes.
And so I can always remember her saying that. And so that's really what I channeled when I wrote that forward. And I wanted to make sure, just to preface the whole book, that was the energy of going into this book, was that I got your back. no matter what, I know that there are women out there that they really know in their spirit that they want to go plant-based, but they just don't have support. What are the alkaline foods that I can give my child? What are things that I know for a fact they're going to like and the whole family can eat, and that's going to be easy for them to take to someone's house, easy for somebody else to make? All those little things, if somebody's eating cupcakes at the birthday party, what can I send with him to substitute? All those things that I wish I had, I really, really put into this book. It's incredible.
Can you just give us a little bit, and I know you kind of just did this, but what can we expect in reading Superfoods for the Modern Baby?
Okay, so
show us some of your favorite pages.
I will show you. Okay, so I'll just tell you.
Because we need visuals, right?
Listen,
I need visuals.
Can we just talk about how
it's so colorful?
The book is so colorful and beautiful.
And y'all know Ahki is all about eclectic foods and eclectic colors and brightness and eye-engaging things.
Can you feel it? Can you get into it?
And when you're feeding a baby, they need to see that. They want to see bright colors. They want to see beautiful food.
And they're going to want to cook. And I have to show the baby too. They're going to want to cook with you. Oh, this is a great page. I just
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, look
the
at this.
Toddler Mucus Buster.
Yes.
This is really important stuff, right? The first time your toddler gets sick or your baby gets sick, you're like, oh my God, what do I do? You immediately want to go to the meds, but in your spirit, you want to try something different. So this is a great example. Elderberry extract, colloidal silver, manuka honey.
I just want to pop in really quick and say the first thing I told her when I got the book, I was like, oh, okay, I'm 7. I'll have to save it for my next baby. But the recipe that she just talked about, the one for the mucus buster, Cam's 7 and she could take that. I'm 30 and I could take it.
Exactly.
So this is not just, even though it says mommies, infants, and toddlers, there are recipes in here. It's food. So anybody you can fix it for your 15-year-old child, but it's just targeted towards our moms.
Absolutely.
Ahki, I want to ask you before we close out, what are some things that you're looking forward to bringing to the period party on your knowledge as it pertains to fibroids? I know we have a lot of Black women that follow this account that have wrote me and asked me about fibroids, and where I always take y'all back to her. I'm like, go talk to the chef, right?
I really appreciate that.
So what's your take on fibroid elimination and painful cycles and things that women there are women out there who are suffering from fibroids don't even realize that's what's going on.
That's very, very important. 9 times out of 10, when a girl is 16 to 18 years old and she's having those heavy menstrual cycles with cramps and things like that, it's already showing that there's an imbalance going on with her hormones. And typically that same girl ends up on birth control.
Yep.
Right?
They push it immediately.
Which changes your cycle. Usually women are completely lose their cycle at that time, right? Which is going to cause other issues because now she's taking in too much estrogen. And so on top of the synthetic estrogens that we're already inundated with, and then that same woman typically ends up with some sort of fibroid tumor, endometriosis, PCOS. So there's several factors, but this is very important. So that conversation about just starting from your period is very, very important when you are preparing to keep your womb non-toxic and fibroid free for the rest of your life. So that's what I'm going to bring to the table at the period
I love
party.
it. And she just hit on, y'all don't understand, this panel that we have, I really thought really hard about just the direction I wanted it to go and make sure I was bringing on women that really know what they're talking about. And so even like I just said about how they're putting you on birth control and how the reason that you're having those painful cycles is probably because of fibroids or different things that need to be addressed or not being addressed. They're putting you on birth control, which
diet habits,
horrible.
Sexual habits.
It's all of that. And so all of these things are happening. Instead of them addressing the issue, they're putting you on birth control. And so that's going to lead to another segment of our period party where we have Dr. Maylene Murphy that's going to be talking about natural family planning and ovulation, because you can track your cycles and not get pregnant.
Very important.
You don't need that. So I just wanted to introduce y'all to Chef Ahki Taylor, www.gochefahki.com. Do you want to add anything before we head out?
Nope. I just want you guys to check out the book, Feed Your Families with Love. Yes. Get back in the kitchen. Check me out at gochefahki.com, Instagram Chef Ahki, and I look forward to meeting everybody at the period party.
If y'all have any questions, leave them below and we'll go through and try to answer them, okay? Bye.